and welcome in. Welcome back. Divine Infinite Light Beings, feminine energy and masculine energy. Your divine ancestors have something to say right now. Ashe, I don't know if any of you watched the video with the candle being made, but in that video, I had shattered some glass, right? And today, no, before that, Woofy shattered the glass for the altar, right? The altar, our family ancestor altar, right? Wolfie shadowed the evil eyeglass, right? And so that's an indication that somebody, don't want you to break generational curses, Ashe. But even two, that's a metaphorical symbol that shit can't be repaired until it's shattered, right? You gotta shatter it in order for it to be repaired, Ashe, right? And so your divine ancestors is saying you're shattering shit. I broke a glass today. My hand hit this glass fell off the ancestor altar, Ashe, shattered, Ashe, by my hand. So your ancestors is saying by your hands you are shattering generational curses. You are breaking generational curses, Ashe. um these curses that many of generations have been resisting the change, Ashe, resisting the inner purge to be able to break the generational curses. These generational curses have kept generations upon generations upon generations in a stagnated energy, and by your hand you are breaking these curses. You are bringing decay to these generational curses. You are leaving these generational curses behind you, right? In the cold, right? And people are watching you do so, Ashe. They are watching you do so. And as it's just so synchronicity, because my sister just left. I, I, I bullshit you not. My sister just left and dropped off a picture because one of our ancestors transitioned within last week. So I asked her to bring the picture so I can place her on the altar. My auntie, Ashe, I placed her on the family altar with my other aunties and my grandmother, Ashe. So that is a sign of synchronicities that the ancestors are watching. They are keeping a track and they are watching you break generational curses. Leave that shit out in the cold. No longer fueling the fire, no longer keeping these generational curses alive. And these people are watching you, Ashe. These people are watching you. And these people had a lack of motivation and ambition to break their generational curses, Ashe. They indulge in these family problems, these family issues, being unhappy and separating and in disharmony, right? Because they don't know how to break generational curses. But you being that warrior, Ashe, you being that warrior, you break these curses. And that's the synchronicity of the significance of the glass breaking. And three, me, myself, and I, 3 glasses broke. The glass off the altar, this glass today, and then the glass that I was using to make the protective candle. Ashe, signs and synchronicities. These things are not coincidences, right? They're never a coincidence. And you have been that brave warrior to stand in that energy of persevering. You persevered, Ashe, and chose to break these generational curses while you got people looking at you that refuse to break generational curses. Whether they feminine energy or masculine energy, you got people in this controlling energy, ruthless ass energy, abusing their power, refusing to break generational curses. Whoever the fuck they are, if they family, if they friends, if they co-workers, if they lovers, if they neighbors, if they strangers, they're refusing to break generational curses. Ashe? That is them. And they are losing out. They don't have no love. They don't have no love for their generation, for their bloodline. They don't have no love for their lineage. Ashe. So they can't break the curses. They feel damned. The queen of the damned, king of the damned, they feel like they're damned to these curses. They feel like these curses are unbreakable. Unbreakable. You might think that. So somebody knows that you're unbreakable. They even glass shattering. So somebody tried to break you. Somebody tried to shatter you. And instead you shattered them by breaking curses. Ooh, come on, speak spirit. And whoever this was in the reverse. Okay, so this is in the upright. They've been doing this for a long time, trying to break you. Whoever this is in this energy, whether they're feminine energy, masculine energy, family, friends, foes. Ashe, no, family, foes, lovers, co-workers, neighbors, and strangers. Ashe, they've been doing this shit for a long time. This been a long vision of theirs, is to shatter your fucking dreams. Instead, you shattered their fucking dreams. Ashe? They thought, they didn't know that you were unbreakable. Ashe, they didn't know that you were unbreakable. This message just came to me. Ashe, the ancestors agreeing. They didn't know that you were unbreakable. You're unbreakable because you chose to break generational curses. You chose to acknowledge your ancestors. You chose to honor those who paved the way for you. You chose to be the warrior for the bloodline. You chose to be the warrior for the lineage. Ashe? You chose to collaborate with the ancestors. And this is why they're telling you, you're doing a damn good job. You did such a good job, you deserve rest. You did such a good job. You deserve to lay around in your sanctuary. You did such a good job in protecting yourself from these low vibrational energies, and protecting yourself from not falling victim to the generational curses, because you chose not to fall victim. You chose to persevere through all that low vibrational baggage. Ashe? And Spirit is saying it's time for you to enjoy the relaxation, the meditation, the renewal of your reward. Of your reward. And you got a lot of rewards. You got a lot of rewards, is what Spirit is saying. You got a lot of rewards. And people is in disharmony because of this. Ashe? People going through legal issues, lawsuits. Ashe? Because they don't want to take accountability for what you did, what they did to you. They feel like what they did to you is what you did to them. And they had choices not to do it. And they chose to do it. Ashe? They had a cloudy judgment when they chose to continue to put fire to the fuel of these generational curses in this energy. Because remember, they was working for a long time to do this shit. They was working for a long time to tear you down, to rip you apart. Ashe? Without a fucking two gives a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give two fucks. I don't give no fucks. This is them. Ashe? This is them. Juggling. Not taking the priority of y'all relationship in account account. They didn't count your relationship with all the outsiders. They didn't count your relationship. They only counted the relationships of the outsiders. Whatever was outside of you, that's what they were counting on. They didn't count your relationship. And that's why Spirit said it's time for you to take a rest on that bullshit. And you using your intuition, whether you're a high priestess or a high priest. Ashe, you stand next to the image. The image of the infinite creator of all there is inside of you. You're not looking for nobody outside of you. You know that the image of the creator of all there is you. When you look in the mirror, you can see the image of the creator. Ashe, you being that high priestess. You being tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and connected in alignment with Spirit. Ashe, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. See, you got a lot going for you right here, right? They don't. They don't. Yeah, and you gave to these people unapologetically. Yeah. You gave so much that it had to be a breakup. It had to be a breakup. You had to pull your love back. You had to pull your love back. The Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands in reverse. That was Spirit taking you away from them. You know, Spirit always has the last say. That was Spirit. By you using your intuition and you pulling back and not giving to them no more, that was Spirit finally coming in and shattering the glass, breaking the glass, cups. So somebody all in their emotions because the glass of the illusion, we have it here, Seven of Cups, of the illusion has been broke, shattered, dissipated. No more. They can't pull the wool over nobody's eyes. No longer. Ashe, now they feeling stuck, sick, dull. Right? What else, Spirit? Can't manifest. No, got no kind of powers. Whew. Hostile. Dishonest. Arguments. Distraction. This is all negativity. Divine set their ass down, right? And they impatient. Confirmation. They impatient because divine didn't set their ass down because they got a lack of control. They don't know how to control themselves. Spirit, they keep themselves in confusion, and it has caused a lot of mental blocks. So somebody is very mentally unstable. Somebody needs to be on a 72-hour hold. Yeah, somebody is 5150. Ashe, somebody needs to be placed on a hold with the Magician and the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands in reverse. Come on. That is toxicity. That is need to be locked up. We've seen law issues. That is somebody off the chain. That is one flew over 25 cuckoo's nests. Ashe? All because they lost your love. All because you stopped giving to them. Ashe? Yeah. All because you took it all back. This is Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. You took it all back. Security, right? They in scarcity. You took your security back. Now they're in scarcity. They feel like they missed the chance with you. Deficiency, right? Stress about finances, loss of an opportunity, the loss of the love with you. Ashe, that's major. That's major. That is major. We got the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords in reverse, Two of Cups in reverse, the Justice in reverse. They're not going to receive any justice for what the fuck they feel like they need justice for. What the fuck they felt like they did you wrong for? They felt like they needed justice and they did you wrong. Spirit is saying that's a lie. That's a lie, that's a lie, and that's a lie. They didn't deserve no justice for doing you wrong. And they not getting none. They not getting none. They not getting none. While you receiving fresh ideas, while you're being elevated in this new energy, being fearless and energetic. Ashe? Yeah. They not getting none. They not getting none. Ashe? Um they, because they chose to be an imposter. They chose to be an imposter. Is why they're not getting. They chose to shape shift and be somebody, something that they weren't, right? And this is you still standing in this energy, and they mad about it. They mad because you shattering the generational curses. Ashe, why they chose to be this motherfucking imposter. Ain't getting no peace, no peace. Ooh, ain't standing on no solid grounds. This is, woo, come on now, baby. Spirit, ancestors. This is the ancestors whooping their ass, taking everything, they foundation, they opportunity. Now they stuck feeling anxious, right? In this king, moody, emotional, right? They want to abuse some shit. They probably in an abusive. They not probably. They in abusive relationship and they abusing the relationship. Ain't no fucking peace. Stuck in fucking turmoil. Not standing on their own. They gotta. They gotta get help. Whatever they doing, they gotta get help. Ashe, why you just? Why you sitting back? Why you sitting back looking pretty, right? In your energy flowing, right? The hair fine. Come on now. You sitting back in that energy where you could say I told you so, and you not even saying I told you so. Look at that shit. And they coming out as the Empress in reverse. The king, look, come on now. The Magician in reverse. The Ace of Swords in the reverse. The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. The King of Swords in the reverse. The Empress. All these fucking energies in the reverse. And you standing up in your upright. In your high priestess to your Hierophant. So this is a divine connection out here too. This is... Y'all chopping them down and taking names, baby. Y'all chopping them down and taking names in y'all life. In your divine counterpart's life and in your life, you chopping them down and taking names. Ashe? Spirit got all the names written down. And you just chopping them down and taking the names off the damn fucking ledger. One by one. You assassinating these demonic ass demons. One by one, they being assassinated. Shit is being broken, shattered. By the hands of you. By the hands of you. And you. They receiving bad luck. Because they resisted this change. As you welcomed the change, they did not welcome the change. So now they stuck. They stuck in this karma. Wanting to communicate with you. Wanting to have some immediate action when it comes to you. Ashe? This is the secrets that they keep. This is the secrets that they don't tell. This is the secrets that they don't tell. They suffering in confusion, in darkness, in turmoil, in their dark night of the soul era, right? They got to overcome their own motherfucking shadow. And they're uncertain that they can do it. They're uncertain. They're complexed about overcoming their own fucking shadows. Because they've been trusting in the illusion for too long. Ashe? They don't believe in the unseen. Didn't we? Spirit already said that? Spirit already said they don't believe in spirit. While you right here with your Two of Cups. Still, remember, because you took them back. The Two of Cups right here, they in your hand. They in your hand. You don't have no more burden behind this shit. No more burden behind this shit. No more burden behind them. And they exhausted. They overwhelmed. They ready to fucking surrender. They ready to surrender. Come on now. Come on now. Look, Spirit's still taking cups. Spirit's still taking cups while you celebrating. You celebrating. Standing in your truth. In your pinnacles. Look at this shit. Why this is them. Doubting their intuition. Needing to heal their inner child. Blocked their happiness. They blocked their happiness when they decided not to break and shatter the generational curses. Ashe, it is what it is. Gonna be what it's gonna be. And that's what it is. They not receiving no love from Spirit in this present moment. They not receiving no love from you. And they not receiving no love from Spirit. And they wish they could take action. Come towards you. Pop up on you. Communicate with you. But they can't. This is just a thought of theirs. Ashe? Ashe.